Overnight, I spoke with Gary Coleman's ex-wife, Shannon Price. She was at Gary Coleman's bedside when the actor passed away. And as you're about to see in this interview, she is still clearly fragile. She arrived in a wheelchair looking very frail, and she stayed in that chair throughout the entire interview, even having to take a break when she thought she might be having a seizure.
I've had a lot of health issues in the last 2 months. As you guys know, I recently have seizures, and I've had a lot of anxiety. I really miss my husband a lot, and I can barely get around, and I mean, it's been a trial.
Can you tell me a little bit more about what happened the night he fell?
I asked him if he could make me some food, and he went downstairs, and I heard this big smack. I rushed down there and found him lying in a pool of blood.
You said, I've had a lot of speculation out there. I've had a lot of people sit there and say, yeah, she pushed him.
People can say whatever they want, because I know the truth. I would never hurt my husband, ever. I would, take my own life before I would ever harm him.
Let me ask you, if I might, about the 911 tape.
Her head is bloody. There's blood all over the floor. I don't know what happened. I really don't know how to sit down. Sit down. Barry, sit down. What's wrong? Look at the floor. Sit down. I just can't be here with the blood. I got blood on myself. I can't deal.
I was with him down there the whole time. I was trying to find towels and stuff like that. But yeah, seeing him in a pool of blood was difficult. I mean, if it was somebody else in my situation, I'm sure they wouldn't know what to do either. At
one point, you had to make a decision about whether to keep him on life support.
The doctors advised me that, it was grim, and, he went into cardiac arrest as well. And so the doctors advised me that this is the best thing for him.
It was recently revealed that the couple, who were thought to be married, were actually divorced back in 2008, just shy of their first wedding anniversary. Explain to me how that is. I mean, you guys had gotten divorced and then reconciled?
We decided that wasn't what we wanted. We just had a disagreement, and after we both filed and it went through, we decided that wasn't the right choice. We were going to renew our vows soon, but our health issues got in the way, so we were unable to do that. Every couple, has their moments, and yeah, we had a lot of disagreements, but we loved each other. It was golden.
But the relationship did not always seem so golden in public.
We're not love-showy people. We do all that at home.
He's not romantic. He was always my husband, regardless of the divorce and what people say.
How is your financial situation right now?
We've been struggling a lot with financial stuff, but now that Gary's gone, it's a little bit more difficult.
This was Gary's last interview, 3 weeks before he died. He was lending his voice to an animated movie called Stardom.
Celebrity is always a burden. I don't care who you are. I don't care how much you claim you like it. You're stuck with it for life. You can't get rid of it. You're going to die a celebrity, even if you hadn't worked in 20 years. There are definitely some enemies in my life that I would wish celebrity on.
Gary's parents say they've been trying to contact Shannon to find out more about the last hours of their son's life, but that Shannon will not respond.
My brother called them and talked to the mother and was like, if you have any questions, let me know. And she didn't really say anything. So, Gary's been estranged for them from 15, 20 years before I came into the picture, so.
And what's next for you now, do you think?
I don't know. It's up in the air. I gotta go on with my life, and I gotta be positive and think positive and get my health figured out and straighten out, and I just hope Gary's happy, and he's in a better place and he's not suffering anymore, with all the health issues he's had over the years. I'm just happy that, he's finally peaceful and at rest. We have discussed about death a few times, and he said it would be very unfair if he left me all of a sudden. And I really respect that, because I loved him and he loved me, and, we just can't live without each other.
Shannon also told us that Gary Coleman did not want a funeral or even a ceremony. He wanted to be cremated, she said. There are still no plans for a memorial as of this morning.
Do we know if he left a will or not?
Well, that's a real bone of contention right now. There's some reporting out there that he left a will in which he does not name Shannon, the executor. Her agent told us, of course, he wanted his wife or ex-wife to oversee the will.
Some might think a little suspect that she's saying they had planned to renew their vows. Other people hadn't heard about that.
Right. This is new information as far as I know.
All right, Dan, thank you so much for bringing
Pleasure.
this to us. Really do appreciate it. And we'd love to know what you think. Feel free to weigh in on our shout out board at abcnews.com.